As the Journey Through Civilizations exhibit continues here at the United Nations, let's take you on a journey through some of the artifacts a little bit deeper. Now, a lot of Chinese scholars will know this. This is called a Kong, a very, very ancient history. In fact, they first started carving these out of jade about 3,400 before Common Era, so we're talking nearly 5,000 years ago. It became very popular in the 12th and 13th century in a ceramic form with the Song dynasty. Now, people don't really know exactly what inspired the Kong, but it's usually a square shape here with a circular, and it's thought among scholars that the square represents the earth and the circle represents the heavens. They're beautifully done. There are so many examples of this throughout Chinese culture. Now, one of my favorite objects here is this wonderful horse here. I won't pick it up, I don't want to break it. But essentially, during the Tang dynasty, and this was Emperor Taizong's favorite horses, one of his favorite horses, horses became very, very important in Chinese culture, especially as nomadic Asian steppe culture basically became part of Chinese culture. In fact, it was normal that sculptures like this were buried with emperors and also dignitaries, sometimes in burial mounds. And we're not just talking about one or two, we're talking about a lot, but they are beautifully done. And there's real attention to detail. And they're just so representative of how important horses were as the cultures in China changed throughout the millennia. Now, no Chinese exhibit, of course, would be complete without tea. And look at these wonderful tea sets. Now, they may look very old and traditional, but actually a lot of these are new. It says do not touch. I will not be touching these. They're so delicate. But these sets actually represent gifts given to dignitaries at various summits China's held in the not too distant past, including G20 summits and G7 summits as well. Wouldn't it be lovely to attend one of those summits and have a gift of one of these? They're just beautifully done. The ancient art of beautiful ceramics brought to the modern day, and of course modern day diplomacy. This rather modern looking brick object actually has an ancient past. This is actually compiled from stones, bricks, from Taihu Lake in Jiangsu province. Taihu bricks have a really important part in Chinese culture, especially among literati. They're mentioned in poems a lot. The lake is one of the largest freshwater lakes that these stones are taken from in China. Taihu bricks and stone also make up a lot of ornamental Chinese gardens, so this rather modern take on it. This looks like something you would see in one of the museums of modern art, for example, in New York or elsewhere, is bringing this sort of ancient stone culture into a modern day cubic look, and I find it immensely fascinating. As a student of Chinese history, both ancient and modern, I find all these objects fascinating, and I always find that they tell me something new about China. And this is what we'll bring you this week as this exhibit continues here at the United Nations. Nathan King, CGTN, with the United Nations in New York.